Look at me like that. Looking away. Nothing before. Looking for. Look at me like that. Hello. Can't really see my eyes, but okay. Thanks. Unfortunately, these are my backup glasses. My other ones were a little more anti-glare. But my other glasses have a giant gouge in the lens, so I can't wear them anymore. And I can't afford contacts, so here we are. Break the silence. I'm crashing in into my little world. I am currently in Michigan. Don't you understand? Oh, my little girl. Just stop with the clanging. Thank you for the follow. Unforgettable. All I needed is you. Oh. Really? Doing? I am winding 2 different balls of yarn because I need them to be separated so that when I knit, they'll be in the order that I need them to be in. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I like being able to see, so. Miss Weenie girl. What are you doing? You'll bring me your life. Send you on time, carry you a while. Hey ho, on the devil's neck. Hey ho, I don't know, I tend to think I'm pretty hilarious, but a lot of people do not agree with that sentiment. I haven't quite figured out why. I don't know, maybe my humor is too weird for most people. I am on a lot of major social medias. I have multiple TikToks as well. I don't use WhatsApp though. I think it's stupid. Hold on tight, the night has come. Listen up, your earthly burden. You have just begun. In the eve of the night, I saw you bleeding. Thunder, I could hear you scream. Solitude, the air I breathe. Open night and fast asleep. Falling softly as the rain. No footsteps ringing in your ears. Ragged down onto the skin. While you're raging, have no fear. Secure yourself to heaven. Hold on tight, the night is come. Fasten up your earthly burdens. You have just begun. Down on broken prayers, hearts and bones from the days of youth. Restless with an angel's wing, I dig a grave to bury you. Your feet to fall, you need no ground. Through the sun, released from circles, guard its light. Now we are our chosen ones. Secure yourself to heaven. Hold on tight, the night has come. Fasten up your earthly burdens. You have just begun. Secure yourself to heaven. Hold on tight, the night has come. Fasten up your earthly burdens. You have just begun. In the night I saw you bleeding thunder. I could hear you scream. Solid to the air I breathe. Open night, fast asleep. Falling, no footsteps. Ragged down onto the skin. Boy, you're raging, have no fear. Secure yourself to heaven. Hold on tight, the night has come. Fasten up your earthly burdens. You have just begun. In the night I saw you bleed. Thunder, I could hear you scream. Solid to the air I breathe. Open night, fast asleep. Now we need no ground. Allow it to right through the sun. Loose from circles, guard its light. Now we are our chosen ones. So now we are our chosen ones. So now the night has come. Release from circles, guard its light. Now we are our chosen ones. So alone, listening from me, every broken heart knows. Walk in the room, pull me close. So a second and you disappeared, and I was all alone. Thank you for sharing. When I promise tomorrow, like I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna hold you, like I'm saying goodbye. Well, I mean, I'm under no illusions that most people who share lives are just copying links, so it doesn't really matter either way. You can lose everything. The truth is you'll never know. Regrets, wasting our time to say what we want to do. Oh, baby. Come on, honey. When I promise tomorrow. Pretty girl. Yeah, you're a pretty girl. say goodbye. Hi. Hello, baby. What are you doing? We'll run out of time, so I'm gonna love you, but I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you. What, honey? Sweet girl. Do you perchance want some affection, my dear? Is that what that is? I won't take you for granted. I'll never know when we'll run out of time. So I'm gonna love you. I can't relate to you. I don't relate to you, no. Vanilla treat me this shitty. You made me hate this city. And I don't talk shit about you on the internet. Told anyone anything, 'cause that shit's embarrassing. You were my everything. It was maybe fucking sad. Time I don't have. But every time that you showed up on time, you never did. That's why I just fucking leave me alone. Whatever. Feed him. I had to ask myself if I was right or wrong. Why did bother waking up when I knew all along? But if I was made to love you, then how can you bring me pain? If I was made to love you, how come we're here again? How does it hurt so to ask myself if I was right or wrong. Why did bother making up that I knew all along? But if I was made to love you, how can you bring me pain? If I was made to love you, how come we're here again? Why does it hurt so bad? Excuse me. Hello, hello.
Ow, 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 ow. Will you stop with the nails in my damn flesh, please? That is attached. My leg is attached to the rest of my being, okay? I love you, dear.
How are you doing today? Why is this song louder than all of the rest of the songs? Because that is annoying.
Jesus.
I'm doing alright. About as well as can be expected. There's a lot of drama going on in my life right now. Some of it's not even my drama, but it's still happening in my life. Oh, Wendy, I am knitting your hair into this thing. It's a good thing I'm not selling this, so I wouldn't be able to. It's full of cat hair. Hello, Lacey. How are you doing? Yeah, it affects me, but it doesn't involve me. It affects me because it affects people that I live with, and that in turn affects what's going on in my life, but the drama itself has nothing to do with me specifically. It's just kind of ridiculous, honestly. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, I appreciate that. I hope that as well. Because let me tell you, it's exhausting. Thank you. Thank you very much. All gifts sent go into my wheelchair fund. Thanks. Oh gosh. You don't have to do that, thank you. Hey Lacey, how are you? Thank you everyone, I really appreciate it. It's always a surprise when people send gifts. Thank you for the follow. Of course, I'm just generally shocked and surprised when people like me, much less anything else beyond that. What's going on? I'm doing alright. I mean, you know, well as can be expected. Unless you let it pass me by. Yeah, my fund is pretty dry, but I understand why people don't want to or can't donate. I mean, am I disappointed? Absolutely, but I appreciate that. It's still surprising though. Like it shouldn't be, but it is because I spent the majority of my life being bullied, so. Ah, yes. The saga continues with the DNA nugget. It's treason. It's treason just to let it be. I'm looking for a song to sing, yeah. Looking for a friend to borrow. I'm looking for my radio, so I'ma find it hard to follow. I've never been just longing for your love. You pop that claw while your foot is up against my tit, and I swear to God, I'm gonna throw you across this house. Because listen, there are some things that I enjoy, and there are some things that I absolutely 100% do not. And having your claw touching my damn boob is not one of them. Can we not, please? What did I just fucking say to you? Come on. Oh yeah. Because they think they know better. It's sad when the lessons that we had to learn, kids are still having to learn them because they refuse to listen to their parents about them. And it's kind of heartbreaking when, like, it's like, I told you, I explained to you what's going on, and you refuse to listen to me, and now you're going through this unnecessary heartache, or this annoyance, or this whatever, and it could have been avoided. It's like a product of your own, like, and it sucks. Of course not. There were so many red flags, and another one bites the dust. Yes, there are just one. You did not break me. I'm still fighting for you. I was to a point. I was the kid that was like, why are kids like this? I don't understand why kids act like this. Like that, I was that kid. You know what I mean? Not understanding what other people were doing, why they were doing it. I mean, I did have a lot of instances where like, oh, I think I know better. But it's because I thought that I knew the people that I was around a lot better. What the fuck? I was 14 and I still feel like that's too young. I wish I had waited until I was at least 16 or 17. I mean, it sucks that he has to go through that, but even still, you know. And unfortunately, in some states, if both parties are under the age of consent, both parties can actually be charged with statutory, which is wild to me. But I mean, how do you draw the line, you know? How do you charge one and not the other when they're both underage? Right? Like, I really wish I had waited until at least 16. I mean, yeah, 2 years, but I was definitely not old enough. I was not emotionally mature enough for that. Thought I was. But my experience was more along the lines of, I gave in for this? Really? I wish my first time had been with the person that I slept with when I was 16. I wish that had been my first time. Into my silly life, mistreated, misplaced, misunderstood, knowing it's all good, it didn't slow you down. It's taken, always second guessing, underestimating, but I'm still around. Pretty, pretty, please. I mean, my situation was, it was a mutual agreement, you know, it wasn't like a coercion or anything like that. It was nothing like that. It was a positive experience, it was just mediocre. I wish I had, the person that I slept with when I was 16 was my first time. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but, you know. Like you instead, so complicated. Look at me. Let's see, kids our age who lost at the same age that we did, a lot of them were not as lucky. I mean, technically, because 14 in most states, that is not an age that can consent. But outside of that technicality, the person that I was with, it was a positive experience. Like, I don't regret it because of what happened. I regret it because of how old I was. That's literally it. And I don't regret the person that it was with. The only reason why I wish it had been with the person when I was 16 was because I was 16. And it was a different person. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have been the same person. Sorry, I have a breakout on my scalp. Because I grabbed the wrong conditioner and I didn't realize it till a couple of days ago. Because I don't wash my hair every day. You know, like, a lot of kids are not as lucky. And their experiences were not positive ones. I only regret it because of how old I was. And the only reason why I keep saying that I wish it had happened with the person that I, slept with when I was 16 was because I was 16. If it had been the same person at 16 as it was at 14, I mean, okay, sure, maybe. But, I mean, my 14-year-old experience was kind of mediocre, and I don't really want a repeat of that. 16, that experience was much more exciting. Much more fulfilling. And, you know, some of it was also because I was inexperienced. Yeah, I'm old. I'll be 37 in December, so I haven't been 36 for very long. But it feels like I've been in my 30s for 20 years. Right. I mean, the person that I was with at 14 was older than me. Probably by a problematic amount of time. But I didn't feel pressured at all to do what happened. In the eyes of the law, probably they would have thought so, but I personally, that's why I don't talk about it that much, because they were much older than me. I wish age had given them a little more skill. Right. I wish they had had a little more skill. I wish I had had a little more experience, but having a little more experience at that age means I would have had to have lost it sooner and had more sex before that. So, so, you know, it was probably bad because they were nervous and I was very inexperienced, had no idea what the hell I was doing. But I didn't sleep with someone again until I was, like, I didn't do anything between then and when I was 16. Like, literally didn't. And 16 was much better. So, and it's funny because the person that I was with at 14 had much more experience than the person that I was with at 16, and it was much better at 16. So, I mean, I feel old because I'm chronically ill, so, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 36 is not old, but, like, as far as my health goes, I feel like I'm 80 some days. I mean, I'm the kind of parent that lets my 4-year-old pick out his own hair dye, and he's allowed to paint his fingernails if he wants, and he wears pink. His favorite color is pink. In fact, he picked that all on his own. Most of the shoes he wears are pink or have pink on them, because to him it's just a color. It doesn't matter who's supposed to wear it or not. Hey Bella, how are you doing, honey? I am about as okay as I can be. I mean, it's touch and go, really. To be honest, I was not okay a few days ago. Not in a dangerous way, just not doing well. Emotionally, more than anything else. Chronic illness is weighing on me very heavily. I do, he's 4. I co-parent him. He's not biologically mine, but my heart has adopted him. He is my sister's child. And when I say sister, I mean she's also adopted. She's not my biological sister. We've known each other since 2007. And we have lived together for the most part since 2008. I appreciate that very much. But yes. His mom considers me, now, we are not together, we have a sibling relationship, but she considers me one of his parents. He has a biological mom, a biological dad, a moderately absentee stepfather, and me. And it's kind of sad about the stepdad thing. It really kind of fucking is. But yeah, so so when I refer to my son, that's who I'm talking about, is my sister's child. But she considers him mine as well, so. And you know, we co-parent him. We make up rules for him together. We work to try and teach him to be, you know, a good person and teach him the skills that he needs to navigate the world, because he has a disability too, and the world is not made for him. You know, my sister doesn't have the same disability and I do, so I can give her quite a bit of insight on how his brain works. He's different than I am, but it's the same for the most part. So he, you know, we navigate it together, because that's what you do when you're a family. It takes a village, and we are his village. So I don't have any biological children of my own, and I probably never will. So not without a lot of money and a big miracle. So he's all I got in this world. He is the reason why, no matter how bad it gets, I will refuse to do anything unsafe. I will never do anything drastic, because I refuse to do that to him. Does it get bad, and do I understand why people do? Absolutely. But I'm consciously choosing not to, because I don't want to be that in his life. I don't want to be the person who's done that in his life. You know? Because he may not ask now what happened, but he will when he's older. He will absolutely want to know the truth, and he will not give up until he finds it. And I don't want that to be the reason why I'm not here. I don't want him to have that weighing on him. We as parents do the best we can with what we have. And unfortunately, sometimes the best is not enough. Like, that is the hardest pill to swallow, is looking back and, you know, now knowing that you could have done better, but back then you couldn't because you didn't have the tools back then. You know, if Jason had come into my life 10 years ago, I would not have been equipped to handle being his parent at all. Zero means to take care of him at all. Not physically, not emotionally. And raising him, I probably would have done more harm than good. I am very thankful that I have the ability to look back and know that. It doesn't make 25-year-old me feel better, because 25-year-old me had already started mourning the children I will not have, that I will not be having. But 36-year-old me is much wiser about it. And yes, my heart still hurts that I won't be having my own children, but... Hey, stop that. Let's spray you with the water. Stop it. Quit chewing on things you know you're not supposed to be chewing on. What are you doing? Oh, are you leaving? Did I offend thee? There was a lot of forgiveness that I had to go through with my own mom. Because growing up, she was with a woman who had convinced her, she had convinced my mom that I resented my mom for being gay. And I sat down with my mom later in life, like in, you know, last several years, and we had a conversation about it, and I asked her point blank, I said, did Dolores convince you that I hated that you were gay? And she said, yeah, to a point. And I said, Mom, I don't give a shit who you fuck. I don't give a shit who you marry. I don't give a shit who you have orgies with, if that's what you want to do. I don't care. As long as you're not hurting them and they're not hurting you, I don't care. It does not affect me. Why would I care? And I said, and there's something else that's hilarious about that, is because I'm literally the queerest person in this family. And it's just so funny that, like, she, you know, growing up, she like felt like I hated her because of who she was with, and I'm like, I don't care, as long as she loves you and she takes care of you and you take care of her and you both, you know, you love each other and you don't hurt each other and you're good to each other, why would I care who you're with? And I was like, it's kind of shitty that she convinced you of that. Like, so, you know, I grew up not even knowing that my own mom resented me because she thought I resented her, and it's like, I literally don't care. I care in the sense that I love who you, like, I love her wife. I love my stepmom. I love Rhonda. I love her so much because she loves my mom. They take care of each other. They love each other. My mom is in her 50s right now, and Rhonda is a little older than my mom by a few years, and I don't remember how many years it is, but I love her because she loves my mom. And I love her because their love is not toxic. That's it. That's how simple it is. And I told her that. I said, that's how simple it is. I love who you love because they love you, and it's not toxic. If their love was toxic, I would not love her. I would love my mom. I wouldn't love her wife at all. And so there was a lot of like conversing that had to happen between me and my mom. We had to do a lot of forgiving of each other and ourselves for, you know, what happened while I was growing up. Because it wasn't easy for either of us, especially me. You know, I am a victim of the troubled teen industry as well. And unfortunately, my mom was also a victim because she had no idea. My story is not as tragic as other people's, but it's still valid and it still sucks. Thank you for the hanging lights. Those are my absolute favorite. I love those. They are so pretty. I wish I could just hang them, because the effect that they have that looks like hanging lights isn't as pretty as the gift, and it makes me sad. Even here we are now. You can say anything. But once we had that conversation and my mom realized, you know, oh, well, you know, because Dolores had a lot of internalized, you know, homophobia, which is unfortunate. You know, she was 9 years older than my mom, I think. And it was just really sad that she, yeah, they're my absolute favorite because they're so damn pretty. And it's not even how much they're worth, because I don't actually know how much they're worth, but it's just how damn pretty they are. What are you doing up, John? How are you doing, dude? So I got a bunch more stuff added to my Redbubble. You saw the Celtic Cross. I added another thing too. It's a redraw of an artwork I did as an it was inspired by Hawkeye from Avengers, so Clint Barton. But it's themed after him in the comics, where he wears a lot more purple than he does in the movies. You're a dork. Dude, your thirst traps make me uncomfortable because, like, you're a friend that I kind of see as a brother, but you're also attractive, so it's weird. So I'm like, I don't want to see John like this. It's weird. But good for you, dude. This is like, well, that's a thing. Thanks for that, John. Oh, goodness. I could just picture you just cracking up. Are you lounging in front of your big ass TV? Stop it. Are you kidding me right now? Jesus. Oh my god. Who brought a sock into my room? That is not my sock. Who stole someone's sock? I just now realized that is not my sock. I have never worn that sock. Why is it in my room? Matilda. There's a freaking dirty white sock on my floor, and I don't wear white socks, and I don't wear that style either. And it's just in the middle of my damn floor. And I know that Matilda brought it in here because she steals socks. Of course, she's not in here, and she can't hear very well. So it's like a moot point. Ridiculous. I swear. Damn dirty sock in the middle of my floor. I'm gonna have to pick it up. The whole sock is dirty too. Like, it looks grungy. Don't know where it came from or whose sock it is either. It's ridiculous. Usually she announces when she brings things into my room, but I don't think she did this time. Oh god. I barely remember New Kids on the Block. I was very young. Very, very young. That was a wee tiny thing. Like, I barely remember them. I mean, like, I remember them as I was older and they were referenced, but actually seeing them, like, on TV in action, I was very, very, very young and I barely remember it. Of course, now my nose is running and I don't have anything to blow it on because I used the last of my tissue up today, and I'm allergic to the state of Michigan, and it fucking rained, which means instead of weighing it all down, it's all floating in the air. God. So I apologize for the sniffles because I know how annoying that sound is. It's very annoying and I'm sorry. It's also annoying for me. Like, I'm not exempt from the annoyingness of my own noises. And thank you for all of the likes. It's very appreciated. Who all is in here? Is it updated? Oh, there's 3 people. It says 5, but only 3 on the list. I did too. 2 of the songs on the playlist that I sing to are from them. They're all married now. And at least one of them has kids. The youngest one is actually my age. He is, yeah, or a couple years younger. Something like that. No, I think he is actually my age. I don't know, I have to look it up. I had the hugest crush on the middle brother. He was so damn pretty. I had a crush on him for gay reasons. Because not just because he was a boy, but he was also kind of feminine compared to the other ones. So I had a huge crush on him for gay reasons. Because fun fact, if you have a crush on me, you're not straight. Which is hilarious. And it doesn't matter what your gender is. I told that to a guy once and he lost his shit. Yeah, the youngest one was the closest to my age. Zach. Taylor is the middle one, and Isaac was the oldest. All three of them, I believe, are married now. I think the youngest one got arrested for something. I don't remember what it was. It was something stupid. He was an adult when it happened, too. I kind of now want to look it up and find out. I'm going to look it up now because this is going to bother me. Because you triggered some memories and now I got to look some shit up. Because I found some information on them a while back because I was curious as what they were up to these years, you know, in recent times. If they make music anymore. Excuse me. My goodness. So, fun fact, apparently there are 4 of them, but only 3 were in a band together. Interesting. It's so funny. His face rounded out a whole lot. The middle, Taylor. He was very chiseled when he was like in his early 20s, and now it's more round again. That's so cute. That's kind of adorable, really. They're still making music, apparently. Well, ish. Oh god. Hanson faced backlash after a copy of Zach's Pinterest account leaked in 2020, which contained a drove of pro-pew-pew memes. Oh god. Many of which were racist, transphobic, and homophobic and sexist. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. Oh, how the mighty fall. Oh my goodness. I can't read the rest of this. I'll get banned. Look up their Wikipedia. Oh god. Isaac's first name is Clark. I forgot that. Oh god. So Zach is actually my age. He's only a couple months older than me. So they were born the same. He was born the same year as I was. So he was born in 85. Taylor was born in 83. Why are we talking about Hanson? This is so funny. So apparently they still make music. 5th child, Jesus. Oh, well that's interesting. His first name is actually Jordan. That I didn't know. I knew Isaac's first name was Clark. Because I knew Isaac was his middle name, I just completely forgot it. But I didn't know that Taylor's... I didn't know that Taylor's was his middle name. It's not his first name. So Taylor married someone in 2002, and they have 7 children. Mostly boys, it looks like. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 boys, 3 girls. Interesting.
Let's see if there's anything information on Isaac. Let's see. Oh, it says 3 children. You're right, it does. It just says 3 children. I wonder. Yeah, their Wikipedia is under. Can you fucking scroll, please? Hanson parentheses band is what you look up to find information on them. So, and it says not to be confused with Hanson Brothers, Hanson UK band, or the Hanson Brothers band. So it's just Hanson parentheses band. And Isaac apparently has 3 kids. That's wild. I can't believe it. It's crazy. I was like, where are they now? Zach has 5 kids and is apparently a racist and a homophobe. That's sad. Zach, at age 12 years and 126 days, is the 6th youngest Grammy nominee of all time. Interesting. Cool. The album that the 2 songs that I listened to that are on are from the album This Time Around from 2000. I used to have their Middle of Nowhere and Snowed In album. And also This Time Around. I'm not familiar with anything after that. I didn't listen to their music after This Time Around. I don't know anything about that music. I stopped being enthusiastic about Hanson about the year 2000, so I don't know anything about their music after that. But I still listen to it, the stuff that I was familiar with. Beautiful, it's so beautiful, but it's not real, it's so beautiful. What is that? Hold on. 2 from social media. But it's not real. It's not real. I'm looking at my Redbubble stats really quick. Hold on a second. Let me look up something. My nose is running. I hate being allergic to the world. Excuse me. Content not found. You're not gonna tell me what? So it is a PNG. Why is it? It's so clear in here. Why is it blurry on my upload? That's really annoying. That was Middle of Nowhere. That's weird. that's cute.
Big picture, perfect maps. Oh, I live and love. Like counting the unmarked paths of misdirection.
I discovered a new brush on my tablet for drawing. And what is it called? Let me see, I can't remember what it's called. Hold on. It's called Nebula, and it is absolutely beautiful. So I picked one color of purple. I picked one color of purple, and I drew that. And that's kind of how, will you stop focusing on my face? And that's kind of how it turned out. It's so damn pretty. Like, I can't even show you how pretty it is. It's so pretty. Like, even on a white background, it's like you can see the outline. But this is actually the art that I created for my superhero stuff. So it's for that I made. That's actually a redraw. It's a redraw of my old art, not someone else's art, of mine. Where are my pictures at? Oh. It's a redraw. Really? That's what you're gonna do? Rude. It's a redraw of that. So that is original. That's what I made. You can see the reflection of my phone. That was the original that I drew a few years ago. I am going to also redraw this one because I don't like the way it's so boring. Hey, how you doing, Starshine? So that is the new one. That's the new one of the arrows. Because Hawkeye is actually my favorite archer, except for Archer, who is my favorite archer. Well, he's my favorite Sterling. Even though he's a piece of shit, but still, he's kind of dreamy for a piece of shit. I don't know why. He just is. But I opted to do this one without the white border. I like it without the white. Because I think it looks cool when it fades into, oh, that's upside down. Into what it's on, what it's published on, printed on, published on. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. Oh, I know that's so vulgar looking. But one side is like clogged and the other isn't. So I'm going to pinch the other one. Oh God. 0 out of 10 would recommend having allergies, just so you know. Maya agrees, apparently. Ugh. What all did you do today? Oh, of course you did. 'Cause why not?
I'm very proud of this one. I was able to make it large enough that you can get the largest sticker is 12 by 14. 12 and a half by 14. I gotta make a TikTok about it. But on some of them, I made it look like this. So some of the items, it repeats like this, and on some of them, it's like a single moon by itself. But yeah, it is available in my Redbubble. Because I'm a broke fucking artist, so. See, you can see like on the hat, it's a single moon, but on a lot of things it repeats. And like the shirts and stuff, it's a single moon. But on a few of them, it repeats. So, I don't know. I thought it looked cool as a repeating pattern. I may also offer this as an upturned moon, so the points are in the air. There is a moon that I do want to draw, which I'm going to get tattooed on my forehead. It's got raindrops. I wonder if it's still in the media for this. Let me see. Hold on. I like it repeating too. Let me see, because I know I sent this to my friend. View media files. Years and years of them. Let me see. Was it a new reason or was it the same reason as before? For your mom, I mean. Not that it matters, because it's the same shit, different day, I assume. Oh, I know. It's gonna be fucking murder. It's gonna hurt so, so bad. I can't show you that picture because Jason is shirtless in it, but it's a really cute picture of him. Even still, I want it done in the traditional way without a tattoo machine. But I need to find someone who is skilled in doing that type of tattooing. This isn't the one that I'm talking about, but this is also one that I'm going to do as well. I designed this for a story that I wrote. So it's a fleur-de-lis and a triple spiral. But I also want that tattooed on me somewhere because I am a nerd. Let's see. It should be in here soon. I hope. That was a while ago. I don't know if it'll be in here. Was it repeated that one? Come on, where is it? Oh, is that pictures of Wendy? Or Wednesday, rather? No, that is a internet picture of her same species. Still pretty, though. Wednesday was a
Mexican red rump tarantula that I had that passed away a couple of years ago. She was a sweet girl. Okay, so this is what I'm getting, minus the red lines. The red lines, I had put on there to show that they were supposed to line up, even though the red line doesn't line up. But those are dots. But that's what I want. Minus the red lines. Yeah, the red lines were just there to demonstrate a point. Oh, here it is without the red lines. Even though there's a red dot in the center, I don't know what that's from, but yeah, there it is without the red lines. So, yeah, I'm gonna get that right there. At some point in my life. Not that I can afford to, but you know. I may actually redraw this and offer it as a design. Maybe. There was one that I thought I did, where I surrounded the whole thing with, teardrops, but I guess not. There was the original idea. That was the original idea. I like the other one better. I'm not really good at freehanding. That's why I don't really work on traditional. Oh, and this one here, finished, because that's how I found it, was unfinished. But I'm gonna get that tattooed on the back of one of my hands. I don't really want to talk about the significant meaning of that because people will think I'm fucking batshit bananas, but it has a metaphysical meaning for me. I will get it on my right hand, or I don't know, probably on my left. Finished, of course, with the arrow pointing down my middle finger. Not that I have the money to get any of these tattoos, but it's nice to think about. Gotta get a wheelchair first. Yeah, I think that's it as far as designs that I've done. I've got to work on that fleur-de-lis one and put that on Redbubble. I do actually want that on the back of one of my cabs, though. I should save... What am I doing? I should save... Because these are media that I've sent to my friend. And this was a long time ago, so let me go back down here. There it is. Okay. So, let me see. This one, save. And then... I kind of want to redraw the fleur-de-lis one. I want to... expand the top and bottom and make the spiral bigger is what I want to do with the fleur-de-lis. So I want to stretch this out a little bit so I can make that bigger. My damn chain keeps sticking to the back of my tablet because it's a magnet. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I kind of want to change this so that this line will become visible. This one here, instead of being under. Or change it in some way so it still follows the over-under kind of thing. I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, no, tattoos are gonna fucking hurt, but I have a lot of chronic pain, and I have found that tattoos on me feel more like being scratched over and over again. It's more of an annoyance than it is painful. Matter of fact, the most painful thing on this tattoo was that letter. The rest of them didn't bother me. They were annoying instead of anything else.
But I'm not stupid, and I got this 10 years ago, and my pain tolerance has changed since then, so I know it's going to be different. But yeah, besides the back of the leg is the biggest nerve in the body, and I have restless leg syndrome, so that's gonna be fun. So I'm probably gonna have to be heavily medicated when I go in and have that done. I'm not going to numb my skin though, because I don't know how my body would react to it if I numbed it. I don't judge people who do pre-numb their skin. Like, I have no judgment. I have no opinion on that, as long as people are honest with their artists, because it can actually change the way your body responds to the tattoo. It doesn't always, but it can. So as long as people are aware of the risks. Mine definitely felt like a second degree burn when it was healing. But he was also very heavy-handed, and my tattoo still has texture. And I got it done in 2010. So it's been 11 years. So that's great. I'm also going to work on, at some point I'm going to figure out how to make repetitive, like, wallpaper and stuff. Or 12. Yeah, it is 2022. Why did I think it's my brain? Okay, thanks, brain. Yes, 12 years. Thank you. As soon as you said that, and my brain goes, oh yeah. So ridiculous. My brain is dumb. Well, it's just ridiculous. That's funny. I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but it does. Why? Right? It kind of does feel that way, doesn't it? It kind of does feel that way. Excuse me. I think I'm kind of crashing here, I think is what's happening. But I don't want to go to sleep. I do want to figure out how to move those center 4 dots so it doesn't look like 2 eyes peering over the top, because that looks kind of silly. I only have the one tattoo, unfortunately, because I don't have any money. That's why I don't have a lot of things, because I don't have any money. So, yeah, there's that. I think what I'm gonna have to do is actually make the moon itself bigger. I think that's what I'll have to do. And then change the rest of it accordingly so that I can just stretch out the outline. I think that's what I'll do. I'm gonna find a moon piece of clip art. Here is the secret to most of my art. It is all free use clip art. For the most part. Except for my my lightning art. I have a hammer of the gods art that has like really small lightning leading up to the hammer and then really big lightning afterwards, because it was originally, it started its life as a page divider that I created. The hammer itself is a piece of clip art, but the lightning I actually made using a really interesting font and a lot of modifying it. Huh, interesting.
So let's see if this is what will work. Insert photo. That's really tiny. Okay, so it's oddly specific, but kind of cool. Spiders are usually Loki. And I usually tell him to stop doing that because they don't frighten me. Because he sends them to me to scare me and they don't. I mean, there was a wild jumper in my room floating around and I just picked him up. And Loki's like, wait a minute. I'm like, I have 3 tarantula, Loki. 3 very large tarantula, 2 of which have passed away. 1 of which I'm trying to keep alive, but she's refusing to eat and there's not really anything I can do. Do you really think a teeny tiny adorable fucking jumper is gonna frighten me? They're cute as hell. Come on, dude. So if you know for a fact that it is not Loki sending them to you and it's actually her doing it, I don't like saying her name because she yells at me a lot about random shit. And it's not even like a reprimand. It's just like she likes to rant to me. So I don't call her name. So if you know that it's her doing it, she may actually be having a dispute with him. So you may need to be lighting a candle to tell him to knock it off. Whatever he's doing is displeasing her. So she's going, please help. I need some backup. Because that is a thing. People don't realize that is a thing that they do with us. And it's funny. It kind of cracks me up a little. Because people are like, what? What do you mean? Why would a god need to ask us for help? Because they're kind of narrow-minded and singularly focused and may need an outside eyeball. Let's see if warp will help. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it is very, very, very within the realm of possibility that they are having a dispute of some sort. I may actually ask Ethan what he knows, because I do know that in the soul realm, Zeus gets unalived quite a bit, and he kind of reborns like a phoenix, but not the same way. It just kind of happens like he literally gets reborn into another soul, into another body. And that happened recently. So I wonder if they're having an argument about that. Whose side do I take? I don't know. Get your fucking shit together. Jesus Lord. Why is that a thing I need to figure out for you? What does? The whole gods thing? I think it's hilarious, to be frank. Well, I'm AJ, but you know what I mean. Sorry, that was a bad joke. That was a terrible joke. I'm an awful human being. Why is... Oh, yeah, no, it happens all the time. It was Hera this time. Pretty sure Tessa, which is what I call the main goddess, pretty sure Tessa is actually going to make it to where he doesn't immediately grow into Zeus. You know? And well, actually, like, learn his lesson this time, you know? Oh yeah, no, it's yeah, this is like the first few times that it's happened, it was very hush hush, nobody really talked about it, so like, but then Isa was like, oh, this shit again. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't hear anything about this. What do you mean this again? And she goes, this has happened like 3 times before, or at least 4. And so yeah, it was Hera this time, because she was tired of his shit. Again. It's usually someone else that does it, you know. And I'm like, I'm staying out of this one. Y'all don't call me. So I don't know. Ridiculous. Like, keep me out of it, guys. I have enough shit going. I literally have enough shit going on right now. Like, please. And they're like, what do you mean, AJ? And I'm like, the fuck do you mean, what do I mean? You know exactly what's going on in my life. Don't play with me. Don't do that. Right? Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. I 100% completely agree. I do, absolutely. So yeah, it's I'm not gonna change my title and my other stuff because, or my that to art, because I'm just doing what I do. Okay, so let's see here. I think I can get rid of this layer. I think I can hide that one for now. I'm gonna create a new layer. Yeah, she, ooh, you know? Because she's like, listen here, I am tired of your shit. And everybody else is like, we know. We absolutely know. And we support you. Because nobody intervened. Not a single person intervened. I think she would have unalived them too if they did. And that would have been okay too. You know. I'm sure Gaia probably would have brought a few of them back. Because not actually being the goddess kind of gives her that ability. Yep, absolutely. Excuse me, sir. I don't think so. That is not your bed. No, don't tuck your ass and sit down. Get out of her bed. You know damn well that's not where you sleep. So don't even. But Mom, Don't butt mom me either, you butthead. Y'all get so damn jealous of Zaza's bed. Like, come on now. Okay, I need to change that to there. Good luck, everybody else. So I like that placement. I think I like that placement. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that. But yes. Yeah, she finally, because it was more along the lines of, can I do that? Is that it? What? Like, she's kind of confused by the fact that, like, she can. Because, like, everybody kind of forgets that he comes back. Like, he doesn't stay gone for long, kind of thing. And then, so they're like, wait, that's an option? And everybody's like, yes. Yes, it is. Not sure why you don't think that it is. But then, you know, no memory, so. Oh, I keep hitting take photo. I need to insert photo. Wait, are you not gonna let me add another layer? Because I made the canvas bigger? Are you shitting my dick right now? I guess so. Well, fine. I will crop and resize. Gosh. Fine, Procreate. Now are you gonna let me insert a photo? Really? Really? Okay. Alright. I'm doing okay. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, it's about as true as it can be, I suppose. Because my friend who was in the hospital got discharged today, and normally that would be a good thing, except for in this case it is not, because they stopped looking for answers, and they all but said, yeah, we're sending her home to unalive, because we don't want to take the time to find out what's actually happening. We want to try this thing, but this thing isn't going to work, and we've been told by multiple people that it isn't going to work. But if we do this thing, then we can claim that we tried everything. So that's how that's going. So I am equal parts depressed about my friend and angry on her behalf. So there's that. I mean, I do know that she would be okay if you lit a candle or something along those lines on her behalf. Added her to whatever form of prayership that you do. And that's a general, broad, sweeping statement for anybody who's watching. We're not giving up, though. I mean, not that anybody thinks we are, but we got her into a really good PCP, who likes, like, his special interest is treating chronic illness. So hopefully, I'm an idiot. Hold on a second. Thank you. That would be greatly appreciated. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm going to have this and get rid of these. Yeah, so the whole time that she was in the hospital, they didn't believe that she was eating. So they thought it was that kind of situation. It wasn't, because she is eating. She eats more than I do, in fact. And she lost like 5 pounds in the hospital while actively eating. And they thought it was one condition, and the GI surgeon said, no, I don't think that's what it is. The surgeon wanted more tests done, but everybody else was like, no, we're done. We're tapped out. We've done everything we can. And the surgeon's literally going, no, you haven't. And then when she asked about, receiving a portacath, she asked, okay, well then what are the risks? Why is that more risky? Oh shit. Why is that riskier than this other thing that you were trying to offer me? Like, why does that have more risks than this? They took that as her refusing the suggested thing, the portacath. That's what they took that as, is her saying, why is that not as risky? A portacath literally gets injected, like it's inserted in your heart. The tubes go into your, why is that less risk? Like, that's all she wanted to know was, why is that less risky than the other thing? And they took that as her refusing the portacath, which doesn't make sense at all, because it's not what she was doing, not by a long shot. And portacath would have allowed her to have lots of nutrients that she's just not getting from food, you know. It's fucking stupid. Actually, let me copy. Is it gonna let me? Yes. Okay. It would have saved her life. And so now we're playing the fucking waiting game. It's infuriating. I'm infuriated. I'm so angry on her behalf because of this. I will message it to you, but not right now. But yes, I will give you a name. But I will message that to you. But yeah, so it's so ridiculous. Like, how can they think that it's okay for them to do that, to be that way? I don't understand why they think it's okay. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Steph's got it on tape. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I mean, they've essentially kind of screwed themselves. In the very least, they'll settle. But yeah. And it's a teaching hospital. A place where they teach doctors and nurses how to be doctors and nurses. You'd think that they would want to find out what's going on. You'd think. But no, apparently not. It's too hard. I'm not salty about it at all. No. Oh, absolutely. That I have no doubt. You are gonna fall right off this bed. And you know what? I'm not gonna stop you. Not at all. Okay. Well, that doesn't line up, and that's weird. Well, okay, I'll leave that unmerged. Is it gonna duplicate it? Yes, it will. So let's flip this one over. I'll just keep the difference. Kind of like it like that. Oh yeah? How'd you do that? Excuse me. Well, that wasn't rude at all. Jeez. I typically don't have issues with them stealing my yarn except for Maya and Gus Gus. That's smart. All right. So let me see. Drawing guide. Let me... merge that down. Gonna get rid of this one. Gonna duplicate that one. And then I'm gonna flip it over. Now to make sure that they are lined up, I do this. Okay, hold on. All right. There we go. Oh, make the opaque the same shade, because otherwise I'm gonna fuck it up. Now, merge down. And there we go. So I'm gonna try to find a darkest blue. Because blues don't age very well, for the most part. Not with that style of tattooing with them. So I think so get rid of that. Duplicate that. Smaller. Okay, and it's done. I'm gonna do it without the line around it because I like this better. I like this a lot better, so I think I'm gonna keep it like that. So yeah. So there's the full, and the top one also has dots too. Same amount, it's the same one, it's just duplicated. I may get it a lighter blue, but I like this for now. It actually looks lighter on the no background. That's kind of funny. Let me see what the values are. Well, what if I got it that shade of blue? Oh my.
I'm gonna duplicate it first before I change the color. Get it a turquoise instead of dark blue. Oh gosh. But could you imagine if I got it that light blue? Yeah, I think I'll keep it this I definitely think I'll keep it that color blue, that dark blue. I mean, when I get the tattoo, it's not going to be that exact blue, but it will be like a navy color, I think. Oh no, the light blue will definitely fade too fast. For sure. Absolutely. I do too. Very much so. All right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it would be awful. It'd be terrible. It'd be funny, but it would be terrible. Yeah, I have a very olive complexion that is very yellow toned. It's not a lot of pinks and reds. I mean, there is now because I'm so fucking pale, but for the most part, yeah, and I already do on a regular basis, so. I wonder what those look like multiplied. Oh, that looks cool. Looks like fish scales. That looks really cool. Yeah, jewel tones are black and white. I would look terrible with pastels. When I want to do my mixed media tattoo on my right hand up to my forearm, any of the colors that I use, even though I'm going to be using, one of them is, watercolor style. Yeah, they're gonna be rich jewel tones. They're not gonna be, there's not gonna be any pastels. Because pastels look terrible on me. I think I'm gonna have to do the outline on this just for the sake of being able to see it. So let's do round brush and yeah, and I don't trust reds either, because I honestly don't know how I'd react to them, like, at all. And it would be my luck that I would have an awful allergic reaction to them. You know, that would suck so bad. Oh, no, I'm not allergic to fish at all. But I do have an uncanny way of developing or having allergies to weird shit, so who fucking knows? Not me. I mean, I developed an allergy to freaking strawberries, man. Which isn't a weird allergy, but it feels like it is. I didn't used to be allergic to strawberries. But people who develop an allergy to something often have been mildly allergic to it their whole lives. And when you expose yourself, people think that you can, like, train your body for the most part to not be allergic to things. And that is not how bodies work. So if you're constantly exposing yourself to an allergen, you're gonna make the allergy worse, usually. I'm allergic to starfruit and kiwi as well. The thing is, if you're allergic to kiwi, you're probably allergic to starfruit anyway, so there's that. Because who fucking knew? I didn't. But I didn't know I was allergic to those. I didn't used to be allergic to kiwi because strawberry kiwi is my favorite. One of my favorite flavors. No, but the fact that I've developed food allergies to food that I've been eating my whole life, it just speaks to the fact that I could probably develop an allergy to something in the inks. And not because they're food related, but it's just because of the fucking weirdness of it. And that's the only reason why. Like, just my look kind of thing, you know.
It's definitely not because they're food-based, but because having a corporeal body is stupid. That's all. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. I sent a text to a friend the other day and I told him, I said, being corporeal is stupid. He was like, what? I go, I said what I said. He was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know your husband, but if he doesn't like the wood paneling or is indifferent to it, he may not be that mad unless you do it right now and make a lot of noise and wake everybody up. So that may be a deciding factor in if he gets mad at you or not. Yes, yes it is. What? Matilda. Can you please remove the sock you brought in here? That is not my sock. There is a sock in the middle of my bedroom floor that does not belong to me and is dirty. And you, ma'am, I know you are the one that brought it in here. You need to remove it. Please. Stop leaving your toys in my room. She says, who, me? I didn't do that. That wasn't me. You're the only one who walks around with socks in their mouth, Matilda. More than once. Oh, it's one of those. I mean, do you guys own your home? If you don't, would the landlord be mad? Oh, wow. Get your butthole off of me. Come on. I mean, it's your house too, so take the damn paneling down. And if your husband gets mad at you, tell him it's my fault. A stranger on the internet told you to do it. Or bad influence on you. See, what had happened was you know, you can blame me, it's fine. I won't be mad about it. Oof. I've lived in plenty of mobile homes. I know exactly what you're talking about. And while I don't shit on people who live on mobile homes, or mobile homes in general, because those are common homes to live in, I wouldn't want the wood paneling that comes along with it. Not at all. Glad I went back over this. Because there's a little bit of a boo-boo in my drawing. Yeah, I don't blame you. And it's my friend Ethan, the medium. He, oh shit, I forgot that was so big. He just painted over a bunch of his paneling. And while that's a great alternative, it's not a great alternative. I think painting over paneling is kind of dumb. His looks okay. Generally speaking, most people it doesn't look okay painted. Like, it's obvious that that's what it was. And I think people just need to God damn it. They need to just rip it down. And that's a good reason to get rid of it. Make it your own house. You know? Next to every circle is a little tiny black dot. That's very annoying. Because it must have been in with the selection when I copied this dot. It is literally next to every single one of them. Well, because it's still going to look like painted wood paneling, you know? Ugh. My room is hot. And not in a fun way. I don't know, any way it could be a fun way, but whatever. Excuse me. Oof. So that's a whole other thing too. If I take the doors off my seal it and put sheetrock over it. Yeah, don't do that. Because you never know what's actually lurking behind that shit, you know? If I take the doors off of my closet, I've got to put shelves in it to keep the cats from pissing in the corners. I legit want to take out that entire wall that makes my closet. I want to put my bed there. I don't want to have a closet there, like legitimately, I don't want to have a closet there. And I want to build a closet on the other side of the room. But it sucks. I don't have the ability to do that. I mean, I could tear it down just fine. Maybe. I just don't have the ability to build. I'd have to get somebody else to build. Oh, that's an easy fix. Pillars. Put pillars in. Decorative pillars. Like really cool ones. Depends on what your coding allows, though, of course. Because a lot of pillars these days are freaking decorative. Like, they're not load bearing. So you'd have to find pillars that are load bearing. If that's the route you wanted to go, I mean. Like, obviously. Our house was... I don't know how our house was designed because the previous owners have been were living in it in like the early 90s or something. Since then is when they bought it or something like that. I want to get my hands on the original blueprints because I know that they had to file to get those, and you know they're supposed to keep records of the original blueprints. Why is that so big? So I would be very interested to see what the original house looked like, because this shit does not make sense. Next to, so when you're looking through the kitchen window, there is a brick structure next to said window on the outside. That is where the original fireplace was. So, the owners of our house bricked up the fireplace and built a kitchen where the original living room was. I don't know why. And there's, mind you, there is no bathroom on the main floor. There's a bathroom upstairs, up a half flight of stairs, and then there was a bathroom downstairs, down a half flight of stairs from the main floor. So our house has the weirdest layout. It is so strange. It really is odd. And they lived with it like this since then. Like, because we bought this house in 2018. They lived in it that entire time, like this. The laundry room has no drainage, despite being below ground level, because it's not basement level, but the sub-level downstairs, down the half flight from the main living area, is half in the ground. So the windows are about this far from the ground. And there is no drain in the laundry room. Now, Michigan law states that if you're in the basement, there has to be a drain. If your laundry is in the basement, there has to be a drain. But because it's technically not a basement, technically there doesn't have to be a drain. However, without there being a drain, when the utility sink gets blocked and someone is doing
It's not even, because the actual basement is down another half flight of stairs. It's so stupid. I mean, I guess technically it could count as that. It is so weird. Our house is so fucking weird. And they only partially finished the basement. So half of it is finished. With a floor, but the ceiling doesn't have the ceiling tiles in it. It's like those drop ceiling tiles, you know, like in schools. You know, where you push the ceiling tile up and you can slide it because it's like hanging in a frame kind of thing. Yeah, it's that, but there's no ceiling tiles. So there's a frame for them. The frame is there, no ceiling tiles. They didn't seal the concrete when they poured the floor for the laundry room and that whole floor. So when the utility sink gets clogged and someone is doing laundry and the washing machine drains into the utility sink, guess what? That whole floor floods. Ask me how I know. My inner world kind of looks like a gothic mansion, I think. Like something you'd see in Sims. Not to make light of it or anything, but that's kind of what it feels like. And some days, that's all my brain speaks, is something that you would hear in Sims. Really? It doesn't connect. Okay, well, that's great. I wish I could draw what the soul realm looks like, because it's so interesting. Or what I've been told the soul realm looks like. Oh. Oh, I put the zit on my scalp earlier. Now it's irritated. Because that's how it is. Okay. So I did that. So let's try again.
Yep, I'll be here. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Hello, hello, how are you doing? That is not the first time I've seen that screen name in my chat. I am currently uploaded an image to Redbubble, and I'm currently sorting it all out, because why not? Excuse me, I'm allergic to everything. I'm actually allergic to the state of Michigan. I have severe allergies, and it's fucking annoying. I hope everybody is having a good night. I forgot to take my meds. No wonder I'm in so much pain. That sucks. And no, I will not be taking them on camera. That is a good way to get banned. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. What is everybody else up to tonight? Anything interesting? Yes, no, maybe? Or are we all just being kind of bored together? Which I'm okay with. No judgment from me. Not at all. No? Nobody's doing nothing? Alright, good to know. Yep, she tends to do that. She's quite possessive of her people, which isn't a bad thing. And it's not a judgment on my part at all. Not by a long shot. Right. Yeah, that's pretty on point for her. For most of them, actually, including Loki. For some reason, people are surprised by that with Loki, and I'm like, there is one thing that some of the lore got right, is Loki is in fact gender fluid. And a lot of people like to argue with me about that, and I'm like, you can argue all you want, it doesn't gonna change the fact that he is actually not just a he. Oh no. That's funny. People get nasty about it. People get so nasty about it, especially on TikTok. They get so nasty. You dare to suggest that Loki is not a he, is anything but a he. It's just Marvel propaganda. No. Has nothing to do with Marvel. Because I found out in the comics he actually is gender fluid. To some extent, I think, if I remember correctly. No. In lore, he is, in fact. And it kind of pisses me off that people are like, no, he's not. Yes, he is. Like, no amount of anything is going to change that. I don't care how much you talk to him. I don't care how much you light his candle. He's not going to work with you if you keep denying the fact that he has more than one gender. I know. Oh, but he's still a boy if he turns in. He went out of his way to turn himself into a girl horse. Why? Because he wanted to birth that baby. Why would he, if he were a true man, turn himself into a girl to have a baby, to carry a baby? Loki primarily, for me, uses he pronouns, but right, yep, exactly. How are your babies? Because he's got a lot of them. He has a lot of them now that we don't know about because they weren't documented. Well, I know about a lot of them now, but the lore hasn't documented them yet because it's lore. It's old. This is new stuff. But yeah, he himself has birthed a lot of his own children. Why would a man do that? Why would a cis man do that? Yes, I will actually. I'm gonna talk to Ethan and see what he says. Because there's a lot of stuff that I could write books. So many books. So much goes on in the soul realm. They live their lives like we do here on Earth. Just more magic involved. I myself am the product of Lady Thanatos and Michael the Archangel. Those are my parents, by the way. But they aren't together. It wasn't even a coupling, technically. It does explain a lot because half my soul is missing because my body already can't contain what is already in it, which is why I'm chronically ill. Most chronically ill people contain a lot of angel DNA because their bodies can't contain it. That is why they are chronically ill. Yep, I am a combination of one of the major archangels and also technically the first angel of death. Because Lady Thanatos is technically a Titan. Titans don't work the same as they do in mythology. It's not the same. Yep, that's also a common one. Fey magic is very powerful. Like, it's incredibly powerful. So there is in the soul realm a place for souls who can't be contained in a human body, and a portion of them are put on a little tiny shelf in a room. It's very similar to the room that Aang goes into and he sees all the statues of the past avatars. It kind of looks like that, but on a small, like, it's big, but the shelves are small. So the spiral leading up is very small, so the bottles are like yay big. I have actually seen this room from inside the bottle. I've dreamed about it. That's how I know it's there. Because nobody's supposed to know about it who's in those bottles. Like, you're not supposed to be, like, aware that you're in a bottle. So I've actually dreamed about this. I've seen it from inside. The bottles look very similar to Lord of the Rings. The what is it called in Lord of the Rings? The bottle of light. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. That's what they look like. They glow like that too. They're not all shaped that way, but they kind of look like that. A little glowing bottle like that. Like that bottle in Lord of the Rings. They're all like different shaped. They match our personalities and stuff. The base of them are all the same size though, so they're like uniform, but like some are kind of short and stout and some are kind of tall and thin, but the base of them are all the same size, so they all fit on the shelves uniformly. I'm not agreeing with you because I know that as a fact, but like it makes sense because everybody's has a glow, so everybody's would be like a corresponding color that would match like who they are, their personality and stuff. Mine tends to glow gold from time to time. I have a little raven on my bottle. That's my family crest. Everyone in my family in the soul realm gets marked with a raven in some fashion. They do also, some also, there's a reason why wolves and ravens are very prevalent in my life. Tis the family crest, sort of. In the soul realm, my mates and I are alphas of wolf pack, so that's interesting. What? What, my dove? You're not my only dove. Oh. Cool. I say that like it surprised me. It really didn't. Not because I knew, it just didn't surprise me. Oh, I think it's because you mentioned it earlier. Because you were talking about yarn and stuff. So I was like, oh, yeah. So it wasn't news. I guess. Meow. 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 What, honey? Yes, I love you too. You are very beautiful. My pretty girl. Can you please? Excuse me, ma'am. I kind of figured you were. Now, I was just telling everybody how good you were with not stealing my yarn, and then you go and try to grab a strand of it and make me a liar. Yeah, you. Yeah, I knew you were talking about the cat, I promise. Anytime anybody uses that word in my chat, I assume they mean the cat. Even when they don't mean the cat, I assume they mean the cat. Because I like to live in that kind of world where people in my chat actually talk to the animals that are in my room. Right? Just make me a liar, Matilda. Thanks a lot for that. Oh, gosh. Harness is pinching under my boob. Ow! Jeez, what the fuck was that about? My rib cage protested heavily. Ouch. Jeebus. Oh yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I'm under no illusions that anybody is here for me. They're all here for the cats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Cats are amazing creatures. I appreciate that. Yeah, even if we were in that kind of relationship, I wouldn't want. I don't really like the endearment baby. I really don't. I don't think I ever have, honestly. I call my son baby, but it's said in like a more southern way. kind of hard to explain it unless it was in the moment, like him calling my name. I like Darling and honey and sugar. To me, I prefer baby for my children and my animals. All right. I think I'm done for the night. It is 3:30, good Lord. So I'm gonna log off for the night. I'm gonna be posting a video on my Wolf Raven Vixen TikTok about the thing that I was just working on. Because it is now live in my Redbubble. I don't mind other people owning people with this imagery, even though I'm going to be putting it on my forehead. I don't care, you know. I like the way it looks. I think people should buy it if they like it. And, you know, if they don't like it, they don't have to buy it. But yeah, so I'm going to go. I need to take some meds. I'm in a lot of pain. And I need to eat something and drink something. So, thanks for hanging out with me. And thanks for keeping me company, and thanks for the conversations, and one last thank you to every single person who has given me a gift tonight, whether they're still in here or not. It's still very much appreciated, and I want to acknowledge that once again. So gifts are never ever expected, but they are always appreciated. So, and they're very surprising whenever I get them. It's always shocking. But yes, so I will see you guys again sometime in the future, probably tomorrow, the next day. See, I can't even talk now, so I'm gonna go and get some rest, and I hope that y'all do the same. Good night.